Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, Empire V series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. Doing 2 breakfast reviews in 2 days. That doesn't happen very often. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Happens to be my Limp Bizkit shirt. One of a couple that I have. Yay, Limp Bizkit is cool. If you're unfamiliar with the band Limp Bizkit, it's kind of possible, but at one point in time, they were genuinely one of the biggest bands on the planet. Once the nu metal scene kind of faded out, sort of as the 2000s went along, they kind of faded out with it for a while. But really neat thing is that, in the last few years, there's been a resurgence in nu metal, and, Limp Bizkit has been one of the benefactors of that. And so earlier this year, when they decided to go on tour in America, I was like, I want to get in on this, man. So I went over there. I was fortunate enough. I got to see him perform. It was a weird show regarding the other elements, like the other performers and stuff, but the Limp Bizkit show was exactly what I wanted. So it was pretty fucking great. I liked it so much. I obviously got some merch. I also got some videos of the performance. They're on the channel as well, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think Limp Bizkit is badass. I don't care who knows it. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Breakfast reviews, eh? So yes, obviously, throughout the course of doing the show, I've reviewed any number of breakfast items over the years. But the thing is, it's not like a real common feature, I guess. I mean, it shows up periodically. But the thing is, I'm not a huge breakfast guy by nature. I kind of need to be in the mood for it. And yesterday, I went over there and I did a review of McDonald's Big Breakfast with hotcakes. And quite frankly, I mean, go watch the review if you want my full take on it. But it was what it was. It was McDonald's, right? When I woke up today, I was like, I need a do-over. I need a proper breakfast. But I didn't want to go out to like a proper sit-down place because I wanted to do a review. So I ended up going to, boom, IHOP. And I decided to go over there and look up their menu items and see what they had new available. And it turns out that they have a new big breakfast burrito. I like breakfast burritos. You can't stop me from liking breakfast burritos. So I decided, what the hell, I'll review a breakfast burrito. I mean, that's a decent-sized breakfast burrito. It's maybe not as big as I was thinking, but what comes in the new big breakfast burrito from IHOP? It has 3 slices of hickory smoked bacon, 3 pork sausage links, hash browns, scrambled eggs, jack and cheddar cheeses, and hollandaise sauce, which to me sounds rather spiffy. So let's go ahead and open it up, take a look at it. I mean, well, it's a little bit, anemic looking, I guess, but it is a burrito. And then we'll kind of like, we'll do something like that, maybe. Like, ha 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 ha, or like, I don't know. Ha 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 ha. Let's try this thing out, see how it is. Burrito. Bye-bye. Hollandaise is a nice touch. I've had many a breakfast burrito, but I don't think I've ever had one with hollandaise in it. Hollandaise famously, typically put over eggs benedict. It's got kind of a lemony, somewhat sour kind of taste to it, but when it's done right, it's really tasty. First bite, not gonna lie, that was like 99% just hash browns and like eggs. So let's try to get kind of into the deeper depths. I'm getting a lot of filler here. Like, you think like, all right, it's got like 3 strips of bacon, 3 things of sausage. That should be a decent amount to work with. But like, you see, it's like really a lot of tortilla, a lot of egg, a lot of hash browns. Not a lot in the way of the tasty breakfast meats. But let's keep digging. I got some of the sausage with that one. Honestly, it's all very okay. Like, it's not bad by any means, but some of the bacon that time. Fundamental problem with this, way too much filler. Way too much filler. Like, the sausage and bacon taste decent. IHOP is a breakfast place, so you would imagine that they would be fine with that. But, I mean, like, obviously, a lot of burritos you're going to have a certain amount of filler, but, like, this really is a lot of filler. And so even when I do get some of the sausage, even when I do get some of the bacon, it's just, it kind of gets drowned out by everything else. Also, I'm just going to toss this out there. I think this really needed more cheese and more of the hollandaise sauce. Because I think at least if you'd had more cheese, so you could really have it be nice and ooey and gooey on the inside, that would have improved it quite a bit. And the hollandaise, I love the idea of that. For a breakfast burrito, I think that's brilliant. But I'm really not getting a lot of it. Again, it's like so much of this is just filler, and it's... Yeah. This is one of those ones on paper I love the idea of, but the execution, Alright, well, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No, and no. Sadly. Because coming into this, like, genuinely, I was looking forward to this. Like, I did my online order, drove out to come get it. I was looking forward to this. This is my, it's my breakfast. Like, it's better than the McDonald's was, I'll give it that, but, like, that's damning with faint praise. Like, the quality of everything is okay. It's not outstanding or anything, but, like, it does what it needs to do. The fundamental issue is the execution. Like, all of the ingredients that, are listed work, and all of them should be super tasty in a burrito. But when you're getting way too much of the filler, and you're not getting enough of the things that are really supposed to help kind of accentuate and really make the burrito experience more delicious, yeah, it's just like, I'm not kidding, like every mouthful was just a shitload of potatoes, some egg, and then, a little bit of bacon, a little bit of sausage, maybe a hint of the hollandaise, maybe a little bit of cheese. Like, the way they stuff this thing, this is one of those things where, like, just tossing this out there, folks, size doesn't always matter. I'm making that joke. Because this is an instance where, like, if they'd just done a smaller burrito, like, they needed to do one or two things. Either they needed to put more of the good shit in the burrito, or they needed to just have a smaller burrito. And then go over there and, ration it better. Because it's not bad, but, like, yeah, it's not great. And if I'm recommending it, I'm just not, because, and the thing is, this is one of those things where I might be willing to say, oh, well, the way that they constructed it, or, your situation might vary. I don't know how much it would vary. Because at the end of the day, you're talking about IHOP, their chain location, they are trained to make these things certain ways. And then when you figure in terms of the price point, Of course, they're not going to shove the damn thing full of meat and cheese and stuff like that. They're going to go for the cheapest ingredients possible to shove in there. And, yeah, basically eggs and especially the hash browns. So, yeah, I would imagine it's probably going to be pretty similar wherever you go. IHOP, I like you, but this is a whiff. You need to, if you're going to do a proper breakfast burrito, which, I commend you for trying, you need to actually do it. You kind of half-assed it here. But 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there have yourselves a truly proper burrito-tastic rest of your life. Final 2 things. Number 1, try not to bring, final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. I'm trying to talk a lot and keep the food going down and doing its thing. It's hard to do. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, sometimes in life is just frustrating and shitty and whatever, and sometimes it's just bullshit. And when we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your preference when it comes to breakfast burritos? Are you into breakfast burritos? Some people don't like them. I will always remember the Beavis and Butthead bit when they went over to Stuart's house and he was sick and his mom went over there. He was like, "Oh, Stuart's sick. You can have the breakfast, the burritos that I made him." They were all pissed off because there were like eggs and stuff in them. But obviously, that's not how I feel. But how do you feel? Let me know in the comments. Anyway,